Hi everybody. Well, I'm back. It's been an eventful week to say the least. So I'll do a little bit of a ramble here to tell you what's been going on. I went to have my eyes checked, I guess, on Saturday, and it turns out that there was something very suspicious, and the optometrist thought I had macular degeneration. So he had his people call and make an appointment, not make an appointment, but have them call the retina specialist. And I went in there Tuesday, and yep, I do have what they call wet macular degeneration in both my eyes. So that's an interesting journey, to say the least. And so they gave me a shot in my right eye, which is the worst one, and put me in a big, wide, black sunglasses. Thank God my friend was with me. And I had to keep those on for 3 hours. And so now I have to take special vitamins once a day, and I have to use some of this liquid tears at least 3 or 4 times a day. And trying to eat healthy, but I pretty healthy, but I'm adding a lot of high antioxidant foods which are suggested for the diet, like sweet potatoes, all of the red berries, all the dark leafy greens. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, silly me, ignored the fact that things were going wrong with my eyes because I thought it was just the glasses, because the glasses, from the time I got them, were never right. They never seemed to get those progressive glasses right for me, except for this last pair that I have now. But anyway, I ignored it, and I ignored some other signs. So the reason I'm telling you this is not a pity party or anything like that. It is what it is, and I allow it to be, therefore I am, right? I'll deal with whatever it has. But this is just to let everybody else know, if you get any change in your vision, don't blame your glasses. Get yourself immediately to the eye doctor and have them check your eyes, and have them check their retinas too. Because with my regular visits, they usually did not check the retinas like that. But this time something was suspicious, because he said that my eyes had lost so much vision in less than a year. Because it wasn't even a year until the first week of December that I got those other glasses. So if you have any kind of vision things, or you're seeing white lights, I had a couple of instances of seeing these very jaggedy lines going this way and that way, sometimes early in the morning when I woke up, and I thought, well, that's interesting, and am I having different visions now? And I think those are all associated with that, but I had no idea what was going on. So in case you have anything suspicious with your eyes, please have them checked immediately. Don't blame the glasses, just go and have them checked. So anyway, that's what I've been dealing with for almost a week now. And then this is right after I bought a sewing machine. So here I am with failing eyesight, and I buy a sewing machine. But I didn't know I had failing eyesight when I bought the sewing machine. So I'll show you what I made, because I can still see to do things. I'm still driving, that. I put this out on my Facebook and some of my other little sites that I belong to on Facebook. But I made myself an altar cloth. So it's a two-sided one. And I don't know how it's showing up here, but the colors are darker than I'm seeing in my camera. So that's one side of it. And the other side here is all these beautiful little stars. And you can't see it in any photos that I've taken of it. But in that fabric, all over the fabric, is like little tiny silver glitters, little glittering, and they don't iron off, they don't wash off, because I washed the fabric before I made it. And so I made this as an 18-inch size here, which is perfect for me. And now I have to wait and see what kind my daughter wants, because she wants one now too. So I'll have to have her pick out some kind of fabric, either online or have her do it when she comes visit in January. But the other thing I wanted to share with you was a couple of little purchases I've had. I was at our local Goodwill store the other day looking for one thing. And of course, as you go in looking for one thing, you don't find it, but you do find something else. And I found this lovely, lovely little statue. Look at that. Now, it was totally black. I thought maybe it was, brass and had blackened. So about an hour or so ago, I just took some, I guess it was a silver polish, but it's also a brass polish, and I polished it. But it's so sweet. And it's got, I don't know if you can see it there, but it has some kind of an impressed hallmark in there, I think it may be silver because and I think it's not, an American one would say sterling or 95% sterling silver, but a lot of the ones in Asia, they just have the hallmark, which gives you an idea of who it's from and what it is. So I'm going to have to see if I can find it, but there are so many, I may never find it, but I think it is sterling. So anyway, this is my great find of this week. It was all of $2.99, and I got my senior discount of 10%, so I think it cost me $2.79. So that's it. Now my other purchase is totally unglamorous, and I haven't opened it up yet, but I'll tell you what it is as I'm opening it up. Since I'm doing the sewing now, trying to make myself some taro bags and some for my daughter and make her some altar cloths and taro wraps, just making little things, maybe make some pot holders around the house. We'll see. I always have to have some sort of craft thing in wintertime, and since I can't do pottery anymore because of my back problems and spasms and everything, well, I don't think I'll bother opening this up. Well, maybe I can open it up. So anyway, I've had to iron these fabrics on top of my washing machine, on top of a towel, and that's very awkward. And I used to have a very nice, heavy-duty ironing board that I had for years. But it got to the point where I think I only had one or two things that I'd have to touch up once in a while. Everything else lately seemed to be permapress or dry cleanable. And but now I'm also using all these cotton fabrics because I'm using all natural fabrics for the things I'm making for my taro things. So I bought myself it's like a portable ironing board. Let's see, but I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. And it's a good enough size, and it has a stand for the iron too, so you can put your iron on there. And it doesn't stand high, and it'll work on the table, or it'll work on my sewing machine, or I could sit on the floor and do it. So I'm buying more work for myself, aren't I? So anyway, that is my little talk about checking your eyes. And I think what I did before I came on, I was kind of washing my crystals here on my table, and I decided that I would pull one of my Ascension cards, the Road to Ascension card, before I got online. So I'll read to you what I got today for us. It says here, spend time today focusing and being in gratitude for all that is right in your life. Spend time today focusing on and being in gratitude for all that is right in your life. So I'll just hold it up there. And that's so apropos for me this week because, when I feel like, oh, my eyesight's going and, well, all the things I do, my eyes, and if it goes totally, what will I do? And so I had to feel all those feelings and get on with it. So that's a very apropos thing for the day. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a deck review because I haven't done one of those in, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. And today I'm going to do the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. And I hope I'm not getting the glare because I moved the light way over and not facing up. It's facing way away from me. So we'll see how this is. And I'll have to move the camera once I get started. Or maybe I'll just hold it up. I'll see how it works. Because trying to get the camera on the table here doesn't always work very well. Nice box. I like this type of a box. It's solid. Look at the inside, it's pretty color. Lovely colors in this deck. Okay, very nice. Okay. And there's a little booklet hit. Again, the booklet is nice. It's a sturdy little booklet. Tarot of the Golden Wheel by Mila Lysenko. And it's a U.S. Games deck, so it means the cardstock will probably be very good. And there's an introduction in here. And then it has about a full page on each of the cards. And it also has uprights and reverses. Let's see, do they give you, and then they have the minor arcana. Yeah, the minor arcana doesn't have as much information as the major arcana, but there's a lot of that information is so available online. Okay, I'm not seeing any spreads in here. Oh yes, here we go. Oh, there's a thing here on reading with the cards, and then they have a golden wheel spread, they say. So I'll turn the page and you can see that. Oh, here we go. The golden wheel spread. Well, that's interesting. It says beginnings, initiation, what factors are influencing this process. And then there's number 2 would be partnerships, etc. And they all go. Okay, very interesting. Might be fun one to try. How many cards is that? The 3, 4, 5, 8 cards. Yeah, 8 cards. I don't think I've ever seen an 8-card spread, but I'm sure they're out there somewhere, right? Okay, and this is the artist. All right. So, let's see what we have here in the cards. Put this back in the box. I think I will, though, move the camera, because although I can hold them up, my back goes into spasm when I do that. The other thing I tried doing today was trying to figure out my new phone. I've been spending a lot of time on that new phone. I got a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. And the old phone, I could not send emails through my Charter account. It would let me receive them but not send them. So this time I was hoping that the new phone would have corrected the problem, and it has. So I can send and receive emails from my Gmail and from my other account. Oh, nice backing, nice back on those. So let me see the cardstock. Nice, not too thin and not too thin. I like cardstock like this because I don't like it too thin or too thick. It has a little bit of a sheen on it, but not much, not much. Okay, so I'm going to just move the camera and I'm going to set it onto here so that I can give you a better close-up of these cards and also save my back. So hold on tight, please. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I think I can see the cards better from this position. So we'll start and see how it goes. This is the best I think I can do in this thing because I don't have a cord that's long enough to do it the way I want to. So here we have the Fool. Beautiful card. I love the colors in this card. The Magician. High Priestess. Just when I think I wasn't going to buy any more decks, a couple came up like this one that was just so beautiful. Okay, I'll get another deck. And the Empress. Emperor. Just beautiful, beautiful. Love the artwork. The Hierophant. Well, very evocative, these cards. Very interesting feelings coming through them. And then we have beautiful Lovers. I think we have a little menage a trois going on here. Okay. And the Chariot. I'm always happy to see the traditional Chariot. I guess I really am a traditional Chariot. I like to see the black and the white. The only exception I have is I love the little rabbit deck, where the rabbit is driving a chariot, and the chariot is a black and white goat. Black goat and a white goat. I just laughed thinking about it. Okay, beautiful strength card. And again, instead of a lion, we have a bear. And I like that it's a quiet strength. You know, she's not trying to overpower the animal. He has succumbed to her beauty and her grace and her peace, right? That's what I like to think about. Okay. And we have an interesting hermit card. Beautiful colors. I don't see him holding a lantern, which I love the traditional hermit card, but this is a very pretty card. Wheel of Fortune. Powerful Justice card. Very different Hangman. Wow. He's definitely upside down, but not in the traditional rider-waite pose. I'm going to have to spend some time after I do this video of just really looking at these, spending more time with them. We have the Death card. I love the colors in the cards. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful Death card. And Temperance. You have the two flasks with the water. And a man. Beautiful. Devil. Tower. It's interesting that the tower is part of a residence here. I don't think I've ever seen one like that. Usually it's just a tower, but here the tower is in the residence. Whereas sometimes you get the feeling that the tower is just a castle, but and then we have the star. Pretty card. Interesting moon card. There's no man in the moon, but I love the colors. Beautiful. And we have the sun card. Oh, no naked baby. Very pretty card. And we have Judgment. And we have the World. Okay, now we have the Ace of Wheels. I have gathered the wheels are the Pentacles. Yeah, I love the face in the wheel. Very nice. Very, very nice. And the Two of Wheels. And again, it's somewhat like the Rider-Waite. He's balancing them, one up and one down, as opposed to just holding them two in a hand. Let's see. And then we have the Three of Pentacles here. And it seems like he has a tool and he's completing some work. Similar to the Rider-Waite, but Rider-Waite usually has two other people in there. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. And the 5, very different. We don't have the church, but we certainly have the cold, and so it does show some light in the back, which to me would indicate like there is light available for them if they would just turn around and see it. Okay. And we have the 6 of wheels, or 6 of pentacles here. And we have the 7. And it's interesting, so instead of looking at a stack of not fully harvested grain or whatever it is he was harvesting, it's more sitting out there in the where the tractors were. Of course, judging by his costume, there wasn't a tractor at that point. He's probably using an oxen. Okay, here we have the 8 of Pentacles. And again, very much feeling in the Rider-Waite. The craftsman concentrating, doing a good job, trying to finish his work. And we have the 9. And again, it's the lady with the bird. This time she's holding a rooster. And she has her garden behind her, and she's standing her ground, very comfortable. Obviously a lady of leisure, wearing a nice long dress, and all lovely, enjoying her property and her wealth. And then we have the 10 of wheels, or the 10 of pentacles. There's the family dog and the mistress and the master of the manor, I guess, the family dog. And then we have the page of wheels, page of pentacles. Another pretty card. God, these cards are so pretty. And I like the fact that they're borderless, because you can really focus on the images. The Knight of Wheels. The Queen. Beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Oh, wow, gorgeous. There's a lot in these cards, the artwork. And the King of Wheels. And the Ace of Wands. I'm glad to see the roosters in here, because I used to have chickens and I love them. They're crazy characters, especially the males. They're such fun to watch. And we have the 2 of Wands. And the 3. Yeah, not showing the water, but still he's looking, I guess, for his boat or caravan to come in. And we have the 4 of Wands. I love the traditional clothes of that period. And the 5 of Wands. Interesting, this 5 of Wands doesn't show them being in such a melee or disarray, trying to figure everything out. It almost looks as though they actually have a purpose. Because you have 3 watching and only 2 trying to figure out what to do. Interesting. And you have the 6 of Wands. And he doesn't have a wreath, but he has a big banner. We've got the 7 of Wands. And we have the 8 of Wands. Again, a different feeling of energy. It shows him rushing through. So you do get the feeling that something is accelerated in someone's existence, rather than having all the wands just coming down almost like arrows. And you notice how the colors too are different. Look at the wands, the beautiful teals and grays and blue grays. When you get the 9 of Wands, where things could be considered a little sad, then the colors get grayer. Very interesting. And then we have the Ten of Wands. And again, he's carrying them, and it looks like he's having trouble just managing them. And so instead of carrying them on his back and it being such a burden, he's just trying to carry them in front of him, but he's got a blindfold on. So that's making it a little difficult trying to carry them. But you get the idea that maybe he's thinking at this point he's just bit off a little more than he can chew. And we have the Page of Wands. And again, look at the color difference once you get into the court cards. You get rid of the grays and then you get a little more color here. So we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. And again, it's an appropriate horse really kind of going at the gallop, which is so appropriate for the Knight of Wands because he seems to be in a rush, right? And the Queen of Wands. Some of these colors are like sherbet, you remind me of like orange sherbet here. But again, instead of doing bright red glaringly, they choose a toned down color. Like a quiet orangey red. Very pretty. And then we have the cups. We have the Ace of Cups here. And the Two of Cups. And the Three of Cups. And the Four of Cups. Again, pretty traditional. He doesn't have a hand offering him something and him rejecting it, but he's just sitting there contemplating maybe a decision, what he's going to do. A very pretty card. We have the Five of Cups. Now it's interesting, I'm looking and I only see 4 cups. So maybe maybe one is somewhere where I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, there it is, back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. It's slightly hidden. Okay. And the Six of Cups. And the Seven of Cups. The card of choices or illusion, delusion. And the Eight of Cups. It's walking away from it all. And again, it goes into the gray tones again. Whenever there's a letting go or a sadness or something, they go into the gray, the bluish grays. Very nice. And we have the Nine of Cups. Very happy guy. And we have the happy family, 10 of Cups. And the Page of Cups. Love the costume. I have to read up more about the historical significance of the outfits. Knight of Cups. Again, this knight is very relaxed. He's coming with an offer. He's in no rush to make it. The horse is in a very... I used to study dressage for a very short time till my back gave out, but the horse is in a very relaxed state when his neck is like that. The Knight of Cups. And then we have here the Queen of Cups. Looks like she's got a swan. Looks like a swan there. I think it looks like a swan. Yeah, there's the head. I don't know what that is. And the King of Cups. I'm looking at the camera and it looks like I'm getting a good shot of these with the way I've placed it this time. The Ace of Swords. Wow. That's powerful with the snake up there. Wow. and the Two of Swords, and the Three of Swords, and the Four of Swords, and the Five of Swords, and the Six, okay. We have the Seven of Swords, so he's stealing away with his stash. And they're looking for him, and he's hiding. Okay. And the Eight of Swords. And you have the Nine of Swords. Well, he's not in a bed, but certainly having a bad dream there. Wow. And we have the Ten of Swords. I like that he's not impaled. Or it doesn't appear to be. You know, they're coming off to the side of him. More like he's getting a little trapped by them, but he's got a way out. So that's good. I always like to see that there's a way out. We have the Page of Swords. It's a lovely card. I love the position of the page. And we have the Knight of Swords. Beautiful. Wow, that's a gorgeous card. Wow, powerful card. And the Queen of Swords. And lastly, we have the King of Swords. Okay, let's see how these shuffle. Let's see. They're kind of long for my hands, and I have big hands for a lady, but they're kind of long. But okay, it'll work. I can do it. Oh, I could. They're shuffling nicely. Okay, very good. Okay, let's see about riffle shuffling. Huh? Oh yeah, easy peasy. Well, it's always the thing about U.S. Games cards. They seem to just, you know, have quality. Oftentimes they don't have the best boxes, but this time they gave you a very good box, which is what you usually get from Llewellyn, but you get better cardstock than Llewellyn's been putting out. Let's see. Wow, really nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed this run-through. I hope the camera was set better. I think it is set better. I won't know until I kind of play this all back. But I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for watching. And I wish you a wonderful evening and a wonderful day tomorrow and a wonderful week, a wonderful year, and a wonderful life. I thank you so very much for stopping by. Namaste, my friends. Good night.